Good morning, Liberty. It's so great to be in the house of God this morning. For those who know me, I grew up in this church since I was 9 years old. Sister Khan's daughter. For the new people, welcome. So great to have you here. I just want you to know that there's no such thing as a perfect church, just imperfect people trying to serve a perfect God. We welcome you this morning to the house of Liberty. And my testimony this morning, I just know that we serve a mighty God that's so full of grace. And I just thankful for his transformation power that he's delivered me, set me free. And this morning I stand before you. Last year into this year, I was battling with my health a lot, and I was back and forth in the hospital, emergency room, after emergency rooms, after emergency room. You name the emergency room, I've been there. Every day, almost sometimes 2-3 times within the day. There was a point where I wasn't able to eat anything at all. My diet was water and ice cubes. And that went on for months and months. And whatever I would try to eat, I would just throw up, cold sweat, not able to sleep, not able to eat anything, not able to digest anything. And in that process, last year entering into this year, my job let me go. And the entire time I'm thinking that it was due to my health and what's going on with me and the hospital visits. But whatever is done in the dark will come to the light. And later this year, I found out that I wasn't let go from my job because of my health. I was let go because an executive made a false statement about me. But this morning, I just want you to stand with me, right? Because we serve a God, the master of turning things around, the God who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask and think. And I stand here before you this morning, thanking God that he has set me free. He has delivered me. I stand before you, healthy, strong, able to eat again. I stand before you with a new career opportunity that God has placed me the head of IT operations. And the same executive that made a false statement about me, God has placed me in the position to work right alongside an executive director. And I thank God this morning, for he said in Isaiah 43 verses 13, he says, when I do it, who can reverse it? And I thank God this morning, once you surrender to God, here comes the devil to remind you of his past. But when I'm here to tell you this morning that whenever the devil tries to remind you of your past, remind him of his future, because he has none. Hallelujah. His future is in Revelations 20:10. His future is to burn in the lake of fire. But I'm here to remind you of God's plan that he has for you in Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you to prosper, plans that are good, plans that are filled of a hope and of a future. And I just want to thank God for his goodness, his mercy, and his grace, that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So I thank God for what he's done within my life, for saving me. And I just want to say to the praying mothers out there, never give up on praying for your children, because I remember the devil tried to wipe me out completely. There was a time in the hospital. It was a call, a rapid response. And anyone who knows a rapid response is every hospital, every doctors, every nurses on that floor came to my room running. And I just remember being hooked up to every machine possible. And I woke up around 3 in the morning, and the doctor's just sitting there with his head in his hand. He said, I don't know how you're still here. I have no idea how you're still here. I've been trying to figure out. And when I told my mom, she said, that's the same time I was praying for you. So to the praying mothers, never give up on praying for your children. Because when you pray for them, you are embedding a GPS into them. And I'm not talking about Google Maps. I'm not talking about iPhone Maps. I'm talking about God's protective service. Hallelujah. That no matter if they walk away from God, if they come off at the wrong exit, your GPS that you're praying into them is God will reroute them right back to him. So never give up children. So I thank you this morning. I thank you for Liberty, for always keeping me in prayers. And I thank God for bringing me back to the heart of worship.